It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care. We're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
All righty, here we go. Hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast for National Dog Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Roof. My dad's favorite day of the entire year. My dad loves dogs, man.
How many is he at now? He's probably, 4?
He's got 4 dogs, 2 cats. Yep, and he is loving life.
It was really one of the sweetest things ever when he went to the Bigfoot Festival with me, Denny's, and our friend Joe. There were so many dogs walking around, and I don't even think he knew the people. I think he just, I'm like, oh, he's just going down and talking and rubbing on strangers' dogs. Yeah. And I shit you not, 2 months later, I was at some kind of like a little festival or a market. I was doing the same exact thing your dad was doing.
I'm surprised you and his dad weren't fighting over kissing dogs' noses.
I just could tell you, your dad just loves dogs. He beams when he's talking about dogs.
He really does. He loves them.
Yeah, he loves him some dogs. And 45% of Americans have a dog. Yeah. It's almost half of us. 32% only are doing cats. They say that the medium dogs are our favorites, anywhere from 26 to 54 pounds.
That's what I like. I definitely like a little bit of a bigger dog.
Yeah, medium seems to work, and that's the most popular that we have in America. Today is also National Toilet Paper Day. Okay.
All right.
Well, wipe your dog's ass.
Hey, man, what are you doing back there?
Teach your dog to wipe his own ass.
If you could train your dog to wipe its own ass, I think that dog's made you a millionaire.
I think you could, because you can train a dog to get you a beer out the fridge. I feel like wiping your own ass could be easier.
Yeah, there are some dogs. I saw some video where this dog was so trained, it would run up, open the door with its mouth, grab a drink, close the door back, run it over to its owner, and just sit and chill with them.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, what you do if you want to do that, and first of all, you have to have the right kind of dog, because not all dog breeds will do that. But a lot of times what you can do, you put a towel on the door so they can pull on the towel. It opens the door, and then you just preload all of your beers in koozies.
Oh.
And then they can go up and they'll bite the koozie, and that's kind of the hack. And, yeah, you can absolutely train dogs to go get you beers, and they will be happy to do it, unlike your wife who's like, get me another beer, woman. And they're like, they get very upset when you do that, Virginia.
Yeah, I can see that.
But dogs, if you're going, hey, boy, get me another beer, like, okay.
Anything, master.
Yeah.
Give me another.
So happy to do it. It's kind of weird how they just have different attitudes than your wives.
How dare you?
Give me another beer, you bitch.
Yeah.
I dare you, Kevin.
One loves it, the other doesn't. Oh, my God.
Yeah, right.
I double dog dare you to set up a camera.
She'd just be like, I know you're not talking to me. I just know you are not talking to me right now. So I'm going to ignore that. Yeah.
I'm going to ignore that and spare your life. Yeah. You get one mulligan.
We all know in this room that was not directed towards me. So I don't know who it was directed towards, but yeah.
You better check yourself. Yes. Don't even let me hear you talking like that.
Well, one of the headlines from the regular show was Jaybird's AC. Is it really going to cost him $10,000 to replace? Nick had said, no way it should be costing that much. I'll get you a number if you want me to. Never get a bigger unit. It doesn't cool better. Call Costco and others first. So there's a lot of people saying if they need to, they'll jump in and help you out here. But they're saying $10,000 is not the right cost for your house.
Yes, I am currently working on all that and looking at all of my options. Okay. But yeah, I really do appreciate everybody. They've given me some great advice, and that's what the nation does. Mm-hmm. They help us out.
Yep. So we'll get that settled. Do appreciate it.
We can't have you in a hot house, though.
No, if I can't get it fixed today, I'm gonna have to get a hotel or a motel or
come to Casa Tequesta.
No, man, I don't want to beat up some 14-year-old kid. And then people are yelling at me, Birdie's not 14, he's 12. Get it right, dick face.
It doesn't matter.
12, 14.
He's got 14 energy.
Yeah, 12, 14, who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter.
No, either way, he's acting punky.
Mm-hmm. And we had cow tongue in here for the punishment. It was tip to tail, licking that tongue. It's got a weird texture, no doubt about it, but kind of a delicacy for some people. And what we had found out, Karen said, yeah, you can have it like a sandwich. Tip to tongue is the best cut on the menu with a little corned beef and pastrami. Seems like more people than just your Latinos eat it as well.
Okay.
So I know in Mexican culture, they'll eat the tripe and the intestines and cow tongue and all that stuff. Make some tacos out of it. It's one thing you can do.
Yeah, slow roasted. I got that a lot.
There was a lot of people defending the tongue, saying how delicious it is. And if you're just not used to ever eating tongue, it just sounds weird to you.
It's all what you grew up with.
Yes, totally.
You know, I mean, we eat hot dogs, and that's bung.
Exactly.
That's not tongue.
Well, I always thought if I grew up and I was always fed chocolate-covered cockroaches, and that's what my family did, I wouldn't think roaches were weird to eat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my friends might.
And Joella said that, yeah, tongue is a Jewish thing. Any Jewish deli, you can get a tongue sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, my wife is half Mexican, half Jewish.
Oh, you're going to get some tongue tonight.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is just this. If there's anything that's up her alley.
This should be, I mean, the tongue that just makes her so happy, unlike yours.
Yeah, well.
You don't know, but I bet my boy's got a great tongue game.
You don't know that at all.
Somebody was asking me the other night, they were like, what's going on with Kevin's sex life? Mm-hmm. And I said, I don't know. I haven't asked him in a minute, so I'm asking.
We fire it up every now and then.
Yeah.
And also, I can look in his eyes and tell my boy's tongue game is strong.
Okay.
Prove it on Denny's.
All right, Denny's.
Denny's, get in here.
Yep.
Oh, Denny's would come so quick.
It's going to be weird. I go butthole first. Just so you know.
That's why Denny's will come so quick.
That's it. That's what I found on guys.
That's what I've just learned over the years.
I just learned so many guys' buttholes. It's just, that's always the first.
Give him the lick reach around.
That's it.
He'll be done in
Don't even have to if you do it right.
Oh, the old rusty trombone.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
2 minutes max.
Yep. If.
Poor Denny just has to sit in there and take it.
As we're talking about his butthole.
Yeah.
And how is this not HR?
I think we're in a unique situation. I think at this point, if someone's going to do something to report it, we would have been reported.
True. And I don't think we have HR anymore. I think that person got fired.
So happy when they got rid of that department.
Yeah.
Never liked him anyway.
It's the Wild Wild West.
That's it.
Do as you do.
They don't need that.
Nah, we're good.
And Jeff, as we did find out too, you want to take the taste buds off. That was the rough texture part. Honestly, that I didn't go against the grain because I really thought it could have cut your tongue. It's pretty sharp, so I can see why you want to get rid of that.
Yes, the texture is weird.
Yeah. You take those off first. I did see other people saying that they would slow roast it, and then before you eat it, they take it off. And I could see maybe if you cooked it, it might come off easier.
And I'm not sure it's just a Jewish thing either.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah.
I know it's Mexican. I don't know if it's Jewish, but if everybody's saying it is, I'm sure it is.
Just saying there's more than one culture that gets down with the tongue.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. We also, at the tail end of the regular show, we're talking about what's going on with the Cracker Barrel, and they've kind of stepped into it a bit. I think the outrage is a little overblown, but, the fact that they needed a rebrand, it does seem like they are struggling a bit. Just one text that we got said, we went to Cracker Barrel very recently. Now, mind you, we did go to the Cracker Barrel on 45th Street, and we might have been wrong for doing that. However, the food just was awful from every turn. The biscuits, the gravy, the country fried chicken, everything was just bad. And we go to First Watch now, and that really is it. Look, First Watch is excellent. My wife and I, we went there a couple weeks ago. We used to go there every single Saturday, and the pandemic got us out of our groove, and then we just got on to other things in life, which can happen. But we went back, and it was absolutely fantastic. And now they do Bloody Marys on top of it. And they've got great KVJ Nationers that will wait on you. The service was immaculate. The food was fantastic. The right portions. It seems like it's got a healthier take to it. And when you offer Bloody Marys and some cocktails, I'm all about it.
And it's elevated, too.
It is.
When you go into First Watch, you're like, okay, this is nice.
I will say, when I've gone into the barrel a few times, the last maybe 3 or 4 times, it just seems a little dirty.
It's a little bottom of the barrel.
That's where you got to start. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think everything they did, it just seemed like they launched on the wrong foot. And they thought modernizing our logo was all they needed. And people were saying, clean up your damn stores, get the food right. That's the most important stuff. You're worrying, you went about it all wrong. Like, you didn't even identify what the true problems with Cracker Barrel are.
Like the CEO, did she not even go into the store on 45th so she can see what a mess it is? Like, that's what you should have done.
But I was wondering, I haven't heard this story until you brought it up, but I wasn't sure if there was something else going on where sometimes logos got to change because people get offended. Was there anything like that attached to it?
It became, there are so many issues that you can just look on whatever news network and they've taken it up and they're beating the drum on that thing. And so I didn't really go into it because it's one of those outrage on either side.
Yeah.
They are just trying to market outrage. And I think it was getting rid of Uncle Herschel. And they're trying to get rid of the white people of Cracker Barrel. Almost kind of like it had that overall tone. And
so this is one of those online fights that people are getting all fired
like it. That's why I didn't really want it. And
Uncle Herschel looks like he doesn't use any seasoning. It looks like it's just.
And the other part of it, too, I will tell you, because this is a little bit more up my alley with my whole family being Southern and loving this kind of cuisine. And, we would do the family reunion every year up there in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains. And my family loved this thing. I think it was called the Apple Barrel or something like that. It's in
Apple
Pigeon.
Barrel?
Maybe it's Apple something or other. It's in Pigeon Forge, but it's kind of like an elevated
Applebee's?
Applebee's.
It ain't Applebee's.
I know.
Apple Barn maybe is what it was. But it was all that Southern fried this and gravies and all that kind of crap. And that's what, my family would eat. Oddly enough, a lot of them are all dead from diabetes now. But the girl that they also showed that was representing Cracker Barrel on this thing, she looked like it's a weird thing, but Southerners still identify Yankees, and they still call people Yankees. She looked like a Yankee that was not in touch with Southern cuisine. She looked like she was a city slicker. And look, if you're doing Cracker Barrels, I know that, they're off interstates and all that kind of stuff, but you have to have somebody that's in touch with who your core audience is. And the CEO did not look like she was in touch with it.
Got it.
And again, you got to get the food right. You got to know what these people truly want. And I think that's where she stepped in it. She's like, oh, well, this is going to make everybody want Cracker Barrel again. Be like going, you're missing the mark so badly on this that you think the logo is what was doing it and you need to modernize it.
The logo ain't the problem.
Right.
Also, their food is shitty right now. They got to get better with their food. And that honestly, for a lot of people, that's really it. That's the core of a lot of the problems.
Denny's has an amazing Cracker Barrel story. Denny's!
He might have told it before, but it's worth telling again.
It's so good. I forgot about it, and then he told it to us while you were in the bathroom, Kev, and I giggled till I almost pissed my pants.
I remember when this happened, and I could not stop fucking laughing. Here comes our
This is the Cracker Barrel on 45th Street, right, Denny's?
Yes.
Okay, so we know it's
the
it's
one that was
slipping.
just referenced.
Yes.
It's slipping.
It was right when they came out with their internet ordering. You could order on the internet and just go pick it up. Easy. You don't even have to really talk to anyone. Mm-hmm. Well, when I got there, they never got the order. It never was put in. So I had to stand in the store, which is a lot of cool stuff in there. But
Gift shop.
Waiting in the store for my food, and so they were very apologetic when they came out, and they wanted to show me all the food to prove it was there, and I'm like, no, it's cool, I'll take it. She's like, no. So she's opening and showing me each one, and she opens this thing with their new ham dish, and all the glaze on it just pours onto my shoe.
His brand new shoe got honey glaze all down his leg.
Ham glaze.
She opens it, and then she follows it with her eyes. It's dumping on my shoes.
She sees it happen.
Oh, my God.
Then she closes it, and she puts it in. She's like, all right, have a nice day. I was like, bitch, you just poured ham glaze all over my shoe.
Bitch, you just poured ham glaze.
I didn't say, I just left, but I was pretty bummed out about that because my sock was wet. Like, it completely ruined my shoe.
Ham glaze is not easy to get off your foot or out of your shoe.
It was a sugar base.
It's so sticky.
Yeah, it's like sucrose.
And I remember they were new shoes.
Yeah, I was so pissed. But yeah, I haven't been there since.
But she acted like she didn't do it.
She didn't see it.
She definitely saw it.
Full well, she saw it, but she acted like she did not even
she just
see
moved
it.
on.
It's like, all right, I gotta keep it moving.
Yep.
Do you say something if someone hand glazes your leg?
Yeah, I do. I laugh about
Well, what's
it.
great is you didn't even want it in the first place. You're like,
I
no,
asked
I'm
for
good.
a napkin.
Yeah, you're like, I'm good. I'm fine with it. And she's like, oh no, she insists, and then just dumps hand glaze all over you.
And that's what even makes the story funnier because it wasn't barbecue sauce, it wasn't ketchup, it was ham glaze, which is just so bizarre.
And Michelle said, yeah, Cracker Barrel has changed their food, the portions, and they even started changing things like the apple butter.
Yeah.
I was so shocked when we asked for apple butter, and the waitress told me there was a charge. The hash brown casserole portions have been reduced. They had a great thing, and they've seriously messed with their changes. And that's just it. You got to make the right choices when you're rebranding.
That was the main thing I noticed because I do love the cheddar casserole, the cheese casserole, and man, the last 4 times I've tried it was different.
It's got to be seasoned right. And
Exactly.
I think that's where they're missing the mark. I think that their food just tastes bland.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to taste good.
And
Right.
you are right. There's a type of clientele that goes there that they're not really worried about their heart condition
No.
necessarily.
Yeah, right.
Weight
Exactly.
is not an issue.
No.
They're road tripping kind of people that know that they can go to the Cracker Barrel. It's right off the interstate, so close, and get that consistent biscuits and gravy and a chicken fried steak.
Well, and the thing, they're streamlining the way that it looks. And they were talking about maybe cleaning up some of the gift shops. I know you said it looked like it was very 80s. But I will tell you, my mom, who loves crafts and all things Southern, loved that place. And tacky, a lot of times country folk, they love the 80s.
They do.
You don't necessarily have to change that. I know you may say it looks, but that's why you have to get a focus group of who your core audience is. And they would have set you right. They would have been, don't charge extra for apple butter. Don't cut our portions.
Don't take Uncle Herschel off the logo.
I will say, to defend them, I will say the one thing that's been consistently the better part of it is their gift shop.
Yeah.
That part, I think that part still plays, and you're right. I think there's an audience that likes that. I love that kind of shit.
They do, and they don't mind the look, if you go to Pigeon Forge, I'd always go, they have the tackiest gift shops where they sell knockoff purses and samurai swords on the same shelf.
Oh my gosh, I'd get 3 samurai swords.
We know you would.
And you know what? That for the people that do that, they don't see it as tacky.
No.
They just don't. I've lived through the eyes of those people, and they love that stuff. It's great for them.
If me and you went to Cracker Barrel, you don't think I'd get fucking excited and jacked up buying a couple samurai swords?
Yeah,
exactly.
And so I think what happens with some of these larger corporations, especially when they're bought out by a conglomerate that has 8 or 10 different restaurants under their, people in New York City are trying to make decisions for Southerners, and they really are so out of touch. You have no idea how in 2 different worlds you guys are. And yes, for all your friends in New York City and Manhattan, you're sitting around at dinner and you're talking about the changes you're going to make. They're like, of course, yes.
Of course, take the old,
of course.
decrepit guy off the logo.
And
That's going to change everything.
You're in an echo chamber that is not going to resonate with true Southerners and the people that really want this food.
And just because you change your logo doesn't mean all of a sudden, holy fuck, there's so many people here now.
I don't think it'll have any impact.
No.
Honestly, and that's what
It's going to hurt you for the people that wanted him on there, and that's it.
That's why I think they got the backlash, because I think they said somebody who sat in a Manhattan boardroom and sat back and thought they were so clever that we're going to fix everything by taking Uncle Herschel off the logo and cleaning it up, is we're going to let him know.
Look at Uncle Herschel. You can tell he's a dick. Take him off.
Yeah. So they kind of stepped in it.
You said it was a girl, a marketing young girl that was taking the heat.
Younger, I would say she looks like she's probably late 30s, early 40s. But, I have an eye for this because I grew up around. These are my people. Like, I have an eye for it. She looks like she's got a designer. She looks like she comes from a city type of place. And I know country. And she don't have that country look.
City slicker trying to tell us.
And look, people in the country, man, they look side-eye at city slickers because it's not our way. It's not our world. You don't get us. We don't get you. And you really don't. City people don't get country folk and vice versa, and they don't want to.
Well, you had mentioned even Bud Light. There was that one, I forget who she was, but she was a new hired person there, and she was talking, Bud Light is, it's got like a frat reputation, and we don't think people want that anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And people going, what the fuck are you talking about?
they made
She
a
was
turn.
speaking from her
Right.
college perspective, and people that really have been drinking Bud Light for life, guys in their 50s, were like, what the fuck is she talking about?
And shit, I was never even in a frat. What the fuck?
I've never been to a frat
I just
party.
like Bud Light. Shit.
Yeah. Well, some of these restaurants, and look, it can be with any cultural niche that you're trying to hit. You truly have to get the people that love that brand in there to tell you, be like, okay, so what's going on? Our sales are lagging, and they probably were, so they had to make changes. They're not going to make changes. If it ain't broke, they ain't going to try to fix it.
Right.
It was broke.
Money was down.
Yes, they needed to make some moves, but you need to go with the core of the people that love it. Hey, why are you not in Cracker Barrel anymore? You used to come here.
I don't want to get ham glaze on my foot.
Right. So what do we do about
I don't got
that?
time for ham foot.
I mean, Denny's really did take the ham glaze incident kind of
I
hard.
want to.
I think that's going to be my costume for the KVJ horror movie.
Just be ham glaze?
Ham foot. I want
Yeah.
ham glaze all down my leg.
But it's the ham glaze put together is what just makes me laugh. If it was just ham, I don't think it's as funny.
No, it's
No,
the
ham
ham
glaze
glaze.
is what makes it great.
It's the liquid ham glaze on your leg and shoe and sock.
And then acting like you don't see
And then
it.
she just said, all right, thanks.
She's walking back going, I hope he didn't fucking
Oh
see
my God, I
that.
hope he didn't see all that ham glaze on his leg and sock and shoe.
Yeah, so I think that we just keep seeing these Manhattan boardroom decisions that are not landing. And I don't know when they're ever going to figure it out in Manhattan that you got to get out and you got to get the right people to help you make the decisions because you guys are out of touch with the core audience of who you're going for.
And keep in mind, too, a big part of what the media does, and I know it sounds weird because we're in the media, they do like to pit people against each other. And
They do.
love to make sure everyone's got just a bit of anger towards one another. And it's to me, I think it's a poor way of going about it.
I'm very annoyed by that kind of story, and it is a lot of stuff. That's why I really kind of avoid the Cracker Barrel thing. But I think it can really just be put that they missed the mark and what they thought was a strategy. Paul said, yes, $700 million transformation cost for the company's overall modernization efforts, which include a new logo, menu changes, and updated restaurant interiors to Cracker Barrel. So they're spending a lot of money on it, and it just seems like it was a marketing mishap, and we're seeing a lot of it. And that's just where I would say you need to open up your boardroom and get your true fans of that brand in there and figure out, okay, how can we modernize without pissing off everybody else? Saying, okay, what is something you wish Cracker Barrel always would have done but never did?
Free blowjobs. I was sorry.
You know what's a good lube for blowjob?
Oh, ham glaze. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little ham glaze on that dick.
I actually think ham glaze would be a horrible lubricant for masturbation.
All right, do it, bitch. Punishment.
Punishment.
Losing team.
We should all have to do that and report back. Is ham glaze bad for masturbating?
Masturbating, maybe. I don't know if it's the best lube for masturbating because it will get sticky. But if somebody's S in that D, a little ham glaze would be nice.
Yeah. Yep. You have not given me a boner with this conversation.
Don't try it with a vegetarian girl. But if you got a meat-eating girl and she's eating your meat,
Oh, do not get with a vegan.
do not get with the vegan.
I got an email here from Heidi. She had said when it came to the tribute for the Pulse nightclub where they've gotten rid of the crosswalk, it might be just a good idea to put a permanent sculpture or memorial up. And yeah, it feels like it's due. She said, I went to the Oklahoma City bombing memorial and they have that there. And I drove by that when I was there in February and saw it. And yeah, I mean, the Pulse nightclub, they need something that's more permanent. And that would be a great
Absolutely.
first start. And look, if they would have come in with that, saying, hey, look, if they had a legitimate reason about the crosswalk and said, let's put up a more permanent fitting tribute, then you're going to get less pushback, on coming in and painting beautiful rainbow colored crosswalk.
You
black
can
and white.
rename that block of the street too. They do that where they have like tribute names to the street. That would be a nice thing to do as well. But we can't just pretend like that didn't happen and those people's lives weren't sacrificed in vain and horribly. Like we have to acknowledge those lives that were taken and how awful it was and try to keep this from happening ever again.
A lot of times in life, it's not what you do, but how you do it.
Yes.
And you have to come in with a velvet glove, make people feel good, make them know that they're heard and they're validated and that you're not stomping on their feelings.
People were targeted and murdered for just being gay, and that's a horrible thing. And I think it's nice to be able to say, you know what, we're not going to forget all those beautiful lives that were snuffed out.
Yeah, I would tell the state in all this, you might want to reset yourself and come in with a different approach, and I think you'll get a different outcome on it. Now, we were talking about mascots earlier as well, and right here in Florida, there is actually a Sasquatch mascot at Lakeside Academy in St. Johns County. That'd be the Jacksonville area.
Nice.
They adopted the Sasquatch as its official mascot in 2024, partly because of a cardboard cutout that had been at a local landmark in the community for years. It's James A. Tyler High School. Also, James A. Taylor High School in Washington State has a Sasquatch. So there are a couple schools that have that.
That is awesome. But you would think there would be more, though. I never hear of mermaids, or the mermaids being a mascot. That would be a cool mascot.
Yeah, I mean, look, what we had come out with after talking about that today was I love these quirky, odd little mascots, and that's what a lot of them were, that speak to the community. Something that stands out that we can relate to, because using the tigers or the whatever, where you don't have freaking tigers here. They're just not tigers walking around. Why are we the tigers? And there's so many tigers. It's generic.
It's old. When the Tigers were named, Clemson, LSU, I mean, you're talking about
Memphis.
many,
There's so many
years
tigers.
ago.
There's a lot of tigers. I'll tell you what we don't have. The West Palm Beach ham glazes.
Tigers love ham glaze, by the way.
But you can do a lot of really cool things. You're even talking about the iguanas, and that would be a great mascot name.
Yeah.
I love that we've got a high school that has the Sharks. And so to me, I'm a big fan when you have, so I like Florida Panthers. We actually have a Panther. That is a good mascot.
Yes.
Because it's a legitimate thing. It's a tribute to the area. It makes sense.
We got a panther, we got a dolphin, and we got a marlin.
I got to tell you, out of all the animals that are scary that could harm you or hurt you, after going to bush wildlife, there's one that I really, any kind of big cat that can run, jump, and climb, they scare me more than a fucking shark.
Yeah, I could see that.
They're so agile.
They are.
If they've got murder in their heart.
And they look like they work out.
They
look like they're like just
do push-ups the entire day.
Constantly doing push-ups.
And wanting to
watching what they eat.
Yeah.
Like you don't see no fat cats at bush.
There's some cats that aren't like that, but I forget which one it was. And I remember Amy from Bush Wildlife, she said, now that's a cat that would want to fuck you up. And the whole time it's in a cage and it's just looking at me going, oh, I'd love to ham glaze that motherfucker.
Would she let us put you in a hamster ball?
Yeah, I think so.
Let the cat play with you? That'd be fun to watch.
No, I think it's a good time for me to do something like that.
Yeah. It's a great call.
You lost your edge, huh?
Fuck you. I'll do it today.
We cover the ball in ham glaze.
I don't give a shit. Bring it on.
It's going to love it. Jackie said, I really missed the Weird and Whatever podcast.
It's coming back. There's just too much stuff going on right now. It's summertime.
He's filming a movie.
Yeah, and we're doing Captain Crust stuff.
Captain Crust.
And the morning show on top of all that.
Social media.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I swear.
Trying to pay attention to Honeyface every now and then.
I swear it's coming back. Our movie premiere is on October 11th. It'll drop on our YouTube, I think October 12th or 13th. And at that point, we'll be going into Weird and Whatever for the rest of the year.
Perfect.
You know what might be a good idea possibly one day? I mean, I know the last thing that we have is free time, but I know that true crime stuff does great. And I know, Jaybird, you also have had a thing for South Florida cold cases.
Yes.
That could be a good combo to kind of maybe do an episode on all the things that I heard. Because you sent me, I didn't even realize there was so many cold cases. The Miami Strangler, I mean, that right away gets your attention. That's an unidentified serial killer known as the Miami Strangler who claimed the lives of at least 9 women in Miami from 1964 to 1970. The victims were strangled, smothered, or bludgeoned, often posed in sexually charged positions. And despite one suspect being considered, no one was ever charged.
That's crazy, man.
The case remains open and deeply unsettling.
Where's that suspect that was considered?
What's weird, sometimes they'll have a suspect, especially if it's an old case, and for whatever reason, they didn't have the evidence or the DNA, and they find out 35 years. It was him. It was him.
The whole time.
The cases that I'm very, very passionate about, I want to know who killed Rachel Hurley. That's been one that's always stayed with me. I want to know what happened to Christina Luna, who was a little girl out in Green Acres, and I still hear her mom on radio shows wanting to know what happened. It breaks your heart. And then there's Maurice Jefferson out there by Dillard High School, I believe, out there in Broward County, just gone without a trace. Rachel Hurley was murdered, and somebody knows something. And it's a bizarre case because there's just weird suspects around, but the DNA didn't match. But I would love to bring down the fuckface who did that. And it's been since, I think, 1990 that case has been out there.
I think you just signed yourself up to do a new podcast.
I'm very passionate about the Rachel Hurley case. And some people have covered it. I don't think it gets enough coverage. I know the local news does a great job every single year of the anniversary of her death, bringing it up. But I mean, the Christina Luna story is heartbreaking. And these are stories when I was a little kid that were in the news a lot.
Local.
So, local. So it creeped you out. It scared you, and it made you mad too.
Well, and the point being that these are all things, I've been here for almost 30 years, and I haven't heard of a lot of these cold cases from looking at the titles that you've got here, Bird. The Flat Tire Murders, that was 75-76 in Broward and Miami-Dade. Girls and young women, possibly as many as 35, whose cars were allegedly sabotaged and lured into a trap and later found near canals.
Wow.
And the killings remain unsolved.
Yeah, that's a trick that a lot of the evil people do. What they'll do is they will loosen the lug nuts of a tire, and then the woman will drive off, and he knows what he's doing, so her tire's going to have an issue. So he comes in, act like a hero to help her, and that's how he would kill her or kidnap them.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. Ryan G said, too, the Boca murders.
Yeah.
Is that the mom and daughter that were killed at the Town Center Mall?
It is, and there was a few things that went on there. I believe there was another weird, odd thing that...
It is, and that's why these stories are so fascinating, because, and especially over time, that's what, 20 years ago, something like that? And you've kind
covered their eyes with goggles. It was a very bizarre case.
Right. That's why I think that, there might be something here is, kind of doing some of these cold cases and bringing out the details to refresh people's minds on it. And those are the kind of things where somebody hears something or gets back out there again, and somebody might be kind of nudged to talk, or maybe they forgot something that could stand out. It's
crazy how many of these shows I watch where there are people who know what happened, or at least they've got some kind of information, but they're not 100% sure, and they're afraid to say anything, and they finally do, and they were right. And
they crack the case.
Yeah, but it's 35 years later, and the guy's limping into jail, and you go, fuck, man, I wish that guy could have got in prison a lot earlier, but at least you got him.
Yeah. The South Florida serial murders, 97 to 2001. They were targeting marginalized women in South Florida. Notably, Playboy model Star Stowe and Sandra K. Walters were found murdered under suspicious circumstances. While a few were solved, at least 6 victims remain unidentified and the case is unsolved.
And that's what does suck, too, when you have cases where, let's say you've got a person that, works the streets, and no one's going to know they're missing for a while. So let's say a prostitute gets kidnapped, murdered. It could have happened 3 weeks ago. Now you're 3 weeks behind.
Right.
And finally someone's going, well, what happened to her? Where's she been at? And she's been gone for 3 weeks. And you know what they say, every day that goes by, the chances of you solving the case get more fucked.
Right. But I do see with all these cases, the family's very invested in bringing justice. And that's what they live for at that point. They
Yes.
really are. And so that's why, to me, that would be the motivation to say, look, if I can give them some rest and peace, and there does seem to be something where it's like, okay, we can move on now. We feel like we've done right by our loved one and it's solved. We can't bring them back, but at least we've handled the justice part of this.
The worst are the dirtbags who don't tell the family what he did to the victim. The family, I mean, Rachel Hurley's father passed away not knowing who killed his daughter. That's heartbreaking.
It is. And that's why I think there'd be motivation to do something like this, that maybe something breaks loose because of it. It could be a real great purpose.
I feel like somebody knows something about that case, and I feel like someone knows something about all the cases I mentioned. It's just who's going to be the one to say. I mean, I remember my buddy was at a party, and this girl went up to my buddy and said, "We think we know who killed Rachel Hurley." And my buddy gave me the information, gave me the name, and then you linked me up with the police officer.
Yeah.
And he did the research. He said he was a person of interest at one point, but we had to rule him out, so it's not the guy.
Right.
And you're like, fuck, man. I was so excited for about 2 days waiting to get that call going.
Right.
Is this the guy?
Yeah. But at least those are the kind of things that may break something loose, is just chatter at a party. Somebody mentioned something they knew, and, it's those random things. And then the other one that was kind of intriguing to me was the disappearance of Tiffany Sessions.
Oh, Gainesville.
Yeah, University of Florida student from Miami, disappeared in 1989, and her case prompted the largest search operation in Florida's history.
She went for a jog and never came back. I think Dan Marino even got involved in that.
Wow.
As far as getting the case out there. That was a very big case, and it did. It was on the news a lot. And it's creepy.
There's really no reason for any females to be out there jogging alone ever. I tell my daughter this all the time. Like, if you want to go exercise, great. Go outside and exercise. But you are never allowed to be out exercising, walking, jogging alone.
Right.
You just can't.
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
You can't.
Yeah.
You want to be alone? Go to the gym and go on the treadmill, and then you can be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you got to have a buddy with you.
And it sucks. I know we've talked about this before, and you don't want to believe you have to live in a world like that,
But
where
you do.
the boogeyman could come. But it fucking sucks.
It fucking sucks.
I
but
get
it's
it.
just what it is.
Mm-hmm. And you said that you checked out the Amanda Knox story. I haven't done a deep dive on that. And again, it's one of those ones where when it was happening, 15 years ago or something like that, I kind of was, lightly following it, but I kind of forget all the details of what happened with it.
I really didn't know any of the details. I just knew, okay, Amanda Knox was in Italy as a foreign exchange student who was planning on studying. And just a few weeks into her being there, her roommate was murdered viciously in the house that they shared. Now, they all had separate bedrooms, but the Italian cops, tried to finger her for it and say that she was some weird sexual deviant that was into weird stuff, and she had this guy do it and her boyfriend was in on it, when meanwhile all that was found to eventually be untrue. The cops just dreamt up this whole scenario in their head, and they convinced themselves that she did it. And the language barrier became a big thing because she's being interrogated by these Italian police officers. She doesn't speak Italian that great, and they didn't speak English at all.
Yeah.
So of course she looks suspicious. And that's kind of how it all just fell apart. But to hear her tell the story, you're like, oh my gosh.
Did they ever find the killer in that case?
They found the killer.
Do you remember who it was?
Yeah, it was a friend of the guys that lived downstairs from them in a different apartment. They all played sports together, and the people downstairs in that different apartment had been growing marijuana.
Okay.
And so all the kids knew that they were growing marijuana in this apartment, and they were all like, don't tell the cops about the marijuana, but tell them that, those guys live down there. Yeah, sure, but don't say anything about the marijuana. So when the cops found out about the marijuana, Amanda lied and said she didn't know anything about the marijuana. And they're like, oh, well, if you'll lie to us about the marijuana, you'll lie to us about the murder.
Yeah.
And it just became a whole thing.
So she had nothing at all to do
Nothing.
with it, except for that lie that she told. That
She
was her
wasn't-
only involvement.
Right. And she wasn't even there when it happened. She was on a sleepover at her new boyfriend's house.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
She came home and kind of like started putting things together and realized, okay, something's not right. Like, and then went into the one roommate's bedroom. It was ransacked and a window was broken. She tried to go into the dead roommate's room, but the door was locked. She never, to this day, even knows what the crime scene looked like because she never went in that room. The cops and the other roommate had to break it down.
Wow.
So she never even saw that room.
That'd be-
Crazy. She did like 4 years in an Italian prison and then finally was exonerated. And like now she's doing this whole thing where she's actually gone back and sat down with the prosecutor and the team that interrogated her and told her she was guilty and didn't believe her and threw her in prison. And like, yeah, they're in the new special that she's got coming out.
So she went back, like, do they talk still?
Yeah.
Or
No,
are they on
didn't-
bad terms or
They
on
didn't
good
talk
terms?
until this.
Okay.
But she went back and she sat down with him and she forgave him and he owned that he made a mistake. Like, how heavy is that?
So where is it that if somebody wants to see this, it's a show?
Yeah, it's a show produced by Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, really?
Oddly enough,
Okay.
yeah, Monica Lewinsky's on the team, and I think it's a whole docuseries.
Okay. Amanda Knox story and
Yeah.
just look up Monica Lewinsky, do a little search for it and you'll find it.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff out there. All right. Some interesting ideas. Thank you very much. All right. If you ever got anything for us or any questions you want us to get to here on the show, you can just let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. That is it for us here today. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see you back here for another round of the KVJ Show tomorrow.